Oh, well, minus Fox or Ninetales. They get 9-bit Fox, and I don't know. This is just something I wanted to do. Like, it's nothing big, but apparently today Stan Lee died. At age of 95, which my sister just literally came down and told me. I'm like, no, that's not right, right? Turns out it is. I would love for this to be a trend, like, haha, he's actually not dead. It was a someone just has a cruel sense of humor, like that epic rap battles history thing. Hey, most of the people thought you died 12 years ago, 20 years ago, something like that. But yeah, Stan Lee apparently died, which sucks. Because here's the thing, like multiple celebrities have died before, of course. Then, especially in my lifetime, I've seen a couple of them die, Michael Jackson and stuff, and all of them, I never really cared all that much. Like, maybe the biggest death that ever affected me is maybe Heath Ledger, and that was after I saw The Dark Knight, and that was just because, like, I'm like, wow, this guy's really good. I wish I could see him, like, other stuff more recently, and now I never can. Stan Lee is someone who, like the first time I think I ever actually knew who Stan Lee was, even though back then I never really took it into account, was back when the original, or not the original, but when the animated series Spider-Man appeared on Fox Kids. The animated series Spider-Man, where it was the episode where they actually did like a Spider-Verse episode where he goes to the different timelines and meets all the other Spider-Men. They all join up together and fight. Peter Spider-Man, the other Spider-Man, and then there was that one guy. There's one Spider-Man who actually doesn't have any powers. He doesn't have anything like that, and it turns out, spoilers for that episode, it's because he's actually an actor for a Spider-Man movie they're recording, and Spidey actually goes to that dimension and he meets Stan Lee. And I always liked that. I always loved the idea of, like, the creators, like, meeting their creations. Meaning, it's almost like even though he actually has kids, I believe, like, it is, in a sense, meeting their kids. Like, yeah, it's in a sense meeting your kids, and then these kids are going to be inspiring hundreds, if not thousands of them, and that's kind of what I want to do. It's something that inspired people like Stan Lee, Walt Disney, stuff like that, are people who, like, they create stories and characters that will last generations, and those are what inspired me to do it. Spider-Man is one of my favorite superheroes alone. Heck, the reason why I'm holding this thing is because this is a manga actually made by Stan Lee and Hiroyuki Taike, which is actually the creator of Shaman King, which is actually one of my favorite mangas. Which alone just that alone now has not only Stan Lee's name, but also the guy who made Shaman King. Another two of my favorite creators, and yeah, and if anything, if you want to cool thing, because unlike other Stan Lee stories, Stan Lee actually is the bad guy in this story, which honestly is kind of cool. But yeah, it's kind of stinks seeing Stan Lee gone. It honestly does kind of suck. He probably was one of the creators I actually would want to have met. Other than he probably was one of the creators I would have actually wanted to meet. But yeah. In any case, this was a. Hope Stan Lee has inspired many others, and his creations, his characters, even if later on down the line, like, his characters have evolved with other characters he technically didn't create, such as like, and technically I think how Gwen Stacy stuff like that. Like I mean Spider Gwen or kind of similar how like the Bat family has grown, the Spider family, all of Marvel has grown, gaining more characters from other people. That just shows what that happens. That other creators inspired by these original ones, by what Jack Kirby and Stan Lee have done together to create, and all the other writers to create more and create these legends that will last forever. And I think if anything, even though he might appear, I think it'd be kind of cool seeing if it was Stan Lee's last cameo would be the last Infinity War movie. If only because then that would be like the wrap up of the original Avengers or this movie's. That would be that. Although I think he probably, maybe because they're already recording Spider-Man, maybe he popped up in that one. I'm not entirely sure. Spider-Man Far From Home, but I think it would be kind of fitting to see him at the end of Infinity War. Even if it's CG, if they have to CG him in or something like that. Like, I'm not saying they should do that for all the other movies, but I would say that I would love to see, like, Stan Lee for, like, one last time in, like, one of, like, maybe the thing that ends this 10-year plan of all these Marvel movies, seeing all of them culminate into the last Infinity War movie and see Stan Lee one last time for that one. But yeah, it kind of sucks seeing like one of the original creators, someone who's been around since the golden age of comics, is now gone. But it sucks. It sucks real hard. But and again, this is someone I haven't actually met, but still, like he is someone who's inspired hundreds of others, inspired heroes alike in this world, and is one of the inspirations for me to write my stories and drawings and stuff. So yeah, Stan Lee, you will be missed, but thank you for everything you and Jack Kirby have done, and hopefully you'll keep inspiring more and more people even your characters will hopefully keep inspiring more and more people as time goes. Just thank you very much. Excelsior.